with that, in fact, we have some more breaking inputs coming in on the same statement by Sam Pitroda. In fact, there seems to be a U-turn that Sam Pitroda has made. In fact, he's issued a fresh statement saying that it is unfortunate that what I said as an individual on inheritance tax in the US is twisted to divert attention from what lies. Prime Minister is spreading about Congress manifesto. Prime Minister's comments, Mangal Sutra and gold snatching is simply unreal. Let's quickly go back to Pallavi, who's been tracking this story for us. Pallavi, as we were just discussing some minutes ago, that this has clearly placed the Congress party on the back foot, and that is something we can already smell by what the latest comment of Sam Pitroda is. Pallavi, as we were earlier discussing, the Congress is already on the back foot now.
Yeah, absolutely, Akanksha, and it's very clear that the Congress party has also got in touch with Mr. Sam Pitroda and has asked him to issue a clarification. But look at him, he's predictably attacking the media, that he has been misquoted. But if you look at his earlier soundbite, Akanksha, he's very clear. He talks about the American inheritance tax. He talks about the fact that he agrees that this is something which should also be indulged in our country. So today to say that this has been misinterpreted is one completely factually incorrect, because we just go by what he had pointed out. The second important thing is that now he's trying to divert that attention by talking about the Prime Minister's earlier comment on gold, where the two things were completely two different comments that we were talking about. But the discussion and the outrage which was taking place was on the basis of Sam Pitroda's suggestion that India can look at the possibility of a similar kind of inheritance tax. So there are two things which quickly happened here. Clearly, the Congress party uncomfortable asked Sam Pitroda to clarify. And second, the party officially distanced itself from Mr. Sam Pitroda's comment.
Absolutely, Pallavi. Also, he's gone on to give that example of how a person with, say, property and assets worth 10 billion dies. His children, in fact, inherit all of that 10 billion without paying anything to the public, and that, in fact, or the government, and that, in fact, is against the larger interest of the poor people. So he's also gone on, in fact, talk about how new policies and new programs need to be debated in the greater interest of people. How do you see this now panning out in terms of political rhetoric, something that has already been made extremely vulnerable and open to attack by the BJP?
Akanksha, I think that the damage has been done. No matter how much of clarification comes in from the Congress party, how much of distancing takes place, the rhetoric has been built against the Congress. And these comments are coming within 24 to 48 hours of each other. The Congress manifesto talking about a survey or redrawing of the economic wealth structure. The Prime Minister now attacking the Congress party on this. And now this kind of a comment which is coming from Sam Pitroda. I mean, Pitroda is not apologetic. He's throwing the blame entirely onto the media or being misquoted. That was not the case. So I think the damage really has been done for the Congress, and this is a narrative which is going to stick on to them till the last phase of elections, that if Congress comes to power, there's a reason what the middle class needs to worry about. It is going to be an interventionist state. These are the two factors which are going to stick on to the Congress.
Absolutely, and the fact that, the BJP has successfully woven this narrative, and even Prime Minister, in fact, has attacked the Congress party with regards to how it is a very one-sided manifesto, something that is only clearly in favor of a particular community, the Muslims, of course, as far as the minorities are concerned. In an election time, what could this, in fact, mean for the Congress and for Rahul Gandhi?
Well, the pitch of the Congress and the India front, and more specifically the Congress, has been accusing the Prime Minister of polarizing, playing that part or that game whenever the Congress feels that the BJP is desperate or on a back foot. Well, this charge has now been thrown back at the Congress. Otherwise, why are you talking about redrawing the wealth structure on the basis of religion? That's one. Second, what does it mean for, to use the words of the BJP, a regressive step like the caste census? What is the need for that? Why should anyone be looked upon differently just because he or she belongs to one particular caste? And sabka saath, sabka vikas is something which the Prime Minister is talking about. So these are the pictures which are being painted by the BJP against of the polarizing itself. and it will be about one community.
Interestingly, what Sam Pitroda has said has actually, it only flows into that narrative of the BJP, because remember, Prime Minister constantly during his rallies is also attacking the Congress by saying that the Congress is not Congress anymore. They have gone into the grasp of urban Naxals. He is referring to them as Maoist, as being a party which is governed by a Maoist ideology. Not to forget that he's in fact said that the idea behind a survey only indicates how it's become a party of communists.
Yes, and that's exactly what I was saying, that there's a difference between a welfare state and a state which is a communist state. A welfare state talks about policies which are going to be for the welfare of the people, but a state doesn't have to be interventionist. They don't make inroads into your lifestyle, into the way of making money. Over here, a communist state is like what Russia and China, we all talk about, how the state actually has complete control. No one can stop them tomorrow of barging into your house and taking away your money. That again is going to be a fear factor which is now going to be imposed by the BJP, especially with the large number of younger people being encouraged to open startups, doing their own business. That's the fear which the BJP is now going to put into their mind and heart, that, if the Congress comes to power, they are going to get very intrusive. We are accused of being interventionist, of being passive, but look at what the Congress party is now doing and suggesting.
Absolutely. In fact, this just could backfire for the Congress party, as we're already seeing happen with the kind of flip-flops that are being made in terms of that political commentary. Many thanks to you, Pallavi, for putting that entire story into perspective for us. And with that, it's time to slip into a quick break. Stay tuned.